When it comes to antiques, for some, the thrill of the hunt is as exciting as the find. And finding quality collectibles is an art in itself. There are unscrupulous sellers who will try to push off replications as the real deal. So as a buyer, you need to know how to spot a fake, and we've asked the pros at the Winter Antique Show to share their expertise. Each area has specific telltale signs, but we've hit on a few. First, for antique furniture, each period and place has its own specifications, so know your subject.
In certain places and in certain periods, particular materials were used or particular techniques in terms of construction. Knowing those absolutely gives you a leg up in terms of understanding what's likely to be authentic and what's not.
Tiffany lamps are a very popular collector's item, and copies, unfortunately, are easy to come by. But there are ways to identify Tiffany quality.
In the base, what you're looking for is very fine casting. There's never a bad cast in Tiffany where the detailing is gone or where it doesn't look like it was well done. So that's the first thing we look at. The next thing we look at is a pattern. Each of these lamps was made like a color by numbers. And so this will be glass number 123 and 124 and 125 in what we call a cartoon. So if the pattern's wrong, right away we know there's a problem.
Miniature portraits carried in things like lockets or pendants were popular before photographs were invented. And if you're in the market for a pretty one, make sure it's not too pretty.
Too many picture hats, too many plumes, because these were made for your family. And the people didn't get all dressed up and they didn't overdo. And anything like that is always the questionable.
If historical documents or signatures are your thing, read the fine print, because you may find a fake.
There are the normal characteristics of writing. If I begin to write here, I put the pen down on the paper very quickly, and you take it off very quickly. This results in very fine line right at the beginning and right at the end. But a forger almost always puts the pen down, begins the writing, and you get too much ink at the beginning and they hesitate at the end. They stop and they look at what they've done. And when they do that, too much ink comes right at the end.
And check the material. Woven paper, like what we use today, wasn't invented until 1870. So that could be a giveaway. And when it comes to ceramics, this expert says visit museums or shows. Familiarize yourself with quality and try to feel the weight if you can, so you'll know when something doesn't match up. Whatever it is, just make sure to ask a lot of questions and do your research so you can forge your own opinion. In Manhattan, Jill Scott, New York 1.